having breakfast with my friend, the Raven, who's enjoying some of my McMuffin from the top of her perch. And her husband grabbed a piece of egg from my McMuffin, and he took his off into the forest so that he could have himself a picnic. She's content to stay here and see if I have any more treats out the window to her, even though it's illegal, but I don't care. Spent the morning trying to get my snowblower started and realized that I didn't remember exactly where I put my extension cord in the snow. And after hopelessly digging for it with my feet for a while, I just decided, since one of them was bad, that I needed to go get a new one anyway. Howdy, good to see you, Amber. So I got my extension cord at Almer's so I can use my hair dryer to unfreeze the carburetor on my snowblower. Since I fought it for hours by putting gas in a snuffer bottle and trying to squeeze a little bit of gas into the carburetor, I get it to fire over for like 3-4 seconds at a time. But I think since it's been so insanely cold for the last 6 weeks, that I just need to take the hair dryer to it and defrost it that way. That's a good trick that I found works. If your snowblower doesn't start, it's usually the jets or the floats in the carburetor. And you just hold your snowblower or hold your hair dryer close to it, being careful to not get any moisture in your hair dryer, and then just let it warm up slowly. It only takes usually 5 minutes, and then it'll start right up, usually. But I'm just sitting up here waiting for my shift to start for caretaking. There's a Siberian larch tree, I think, unless it is a dead pine. But I think it's a larch that just lost all of its needles. And that's why it's a conifer that's gold in the winter. Planted some of those in my yard. It's good lumber. Not too much for anything moving around up here. I feel like a creeper hanging around up here at the park, but there's nobody around. That's just a good place to hang out and wait for my shift to start. So that's what I'm up to today. And I only got to take them shopping, and I think that's it. Maybe to the bank, and then I'll be back home again. Get my snowblower fired up and get rid of the foot of snow that I've got in the driveway. The time clock's ticking down for my due opportunity to start. That's kind of funny. I was thinking if it snowed a lot down there today, I might just say like, oh, did it snow a lot down there? Huh, that sucks. Maybe you shouldn't treat the people that take care of your problems so badly, because now I don't care. But I'd still probably do it anyway because I'm not that kind of person. And I thought about like giving them a stern chewing out and shaming them in the office about all the nasty stuff that they've done. But I don't think I'm going to even do that too. God's given me grace that I don't deserve to have. So even though these people are, I guess I'll just say bastards, snakes, and they do everything deviously and with ill intent, that I'm going to give them grace anyway. I'm going to give them grace just like God's given me grace, just like God's given us all grace that we don't deserve, because God's got so much that he can give to those who don't deserve. So I'm going to mimic my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and give those bad people grace and just treat them with kindness on my way out. But I am going to raise the safety concerns up that they've been doing, because they can't seem to manage and do anything right. And they're just going to end up losing the taxpayers' money and frivolous lawsuits because the management is lackluster, to say the least, to say the very least. But it's predominantly criminal and negligent. So criminally negligent. They don't see that, but that's okay because the law sees it that way. And they're going to have to change their act. They're going to have to shape up. I don't want to see anybody else get killed. Even though I can't prove that the two of my coworkers died because they were forced to put ground asbestos in the walls of an ice plant, they both died of lung-related cancers. So you do the math. It's funny, but over here in the corner, I'll show you it, is a restroom from Doctor Who. That's the police call station. I'm not going to walk all the way over there, but it's that thing, the police call station from Doctor Who. It's kind of like a bizarrity. Like, what's that doing up here? I didn't realize they brought it up here from down from East End Road. But that's been like a figure of Homer for, since before I got here. It says like police call box or something on the front of it. It's kind of funny. Have I ever eaten elk? Yes. There's an elk ranch here not here, but in Kodiak. And their meat gets sold here in town. So we get elk burger. Seldom get elk steak. I haven't got a moose in the last few years, but now I'm kind of the point where I don't want to get a moose really, because it's just me and it's so much to deal with. I have gotten a caribou. I went on a ski plane hunt for caribou back when it was cheap. And they were thinning out a herd in an area. I surprised the pilot because I shot my caribou from 475 yards. They didn't think there was any way that I'd hit it. But it was pretty hard running all that through the tundra and the deep snow to get it and drag it back to the plane because it was almost 50 below. Can't shut the plane off. My hands, I thought I was going to lose my fingers by the time I got it gutted and in the plane because they were so frozen. But this is Homer, overlooking Homer. Over there is Poot Peak. That's Cook Inlet still there, and then the spit is right straight out from that telephone pole, or that light pole. And then Ketchimak Bay is to the left of that pole, way out there. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'll do things today. I get done with all my chores. Still have to feed birds and all that. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm going to sip my coffee and then get after it. God bless. Love you all.